Stop, did you know there was a blues guitarist so good? People believed he sold his soul to the devil. His name was Robert Johnson, and his story is one of music, mystery, and a deal made in the dead of night. Picture the Mississippi Delta in the early 1930s. This was the birthplace of the blues, a raw, emotional music born from hardship. In the middle of it all was a young man named Robert Johnson, armed with a guitar and a dream. He idolized the bluesmen of his time, like Son House and Willie Brown, trying to play alongside them in the juke joints. But there was just one problem: he wasn't very good. In fact, Son House later recalled that Johnson was so clumsy on the guitar that people would tell him to stop, that he was driving them crazy. And then, one day, Robert Johnson vanished. He just disappeared from the Delta, and for months, maybe even a year, no one knew where he went. The local music scene moved on, and he was mostly forgotten. But when he returned, everything had changed. He walked back into a juke joint, guitar in hand, and asked to play. The musicians there were hesitant, but they let him. What they heard next was simply impossible. The clumsy kid was gone. In his place was a virtuoso. His fingers danced across the fretboard with a speed and complexity no one had ever witnessed. He sang with a haunting, powerful voice that seemed to carry the weight of the world. He wasn't just playing the blues. He was channeling it. The people were stunned. How could anyone get this good, this fast? It didn't seem humanly possible, and that's when the whispers started. The legend spread like wildfire through the Delta. They said Robert Johnson had gone down to the Crossroads at midnight. There, a large black man, the devil himself, met him. The devil took Johnson's guitar, tuned it, played a few songs to show him its true potential, and handed it back. In exchange for this supernatural talent, Johnson gave up his soul. This legend was fueled by his own lyrics. In songs like Crossroad Blues, he sang about standing at the crossroads, trying to flag a ride, falling to his knees as the sun went down. In Me and the Devil Blues, he sang, "Early this morning, when you knocked upon my door, and I said, 'Hello, Satan, I believe it's time to go.'" Was he confessing, or just telling a powerful story? We may never know for sure. What we do know is that in just 2 recording sessions in 1936 and 1937, Robert Johnson laid down 29 songs. That's it, 29 pieces of music that would change the world forever. His complex guitar work, combining rhythm, bass lines, and melody all at once, became a blueprint for future generations. His haunting voice and dark, poetic lyrics captured the very essence of the blues. Tragically, his life was cut short. He died in 1938 at the age of 27, under mysterious circumstances, becoming one of the first members of the infamous 27 Club. For decades, his music was known only to a small circle of blues aficionados. But then, in the 1960s, his recordings were re-released. A new generation of musicians heard his ghost. Eric Clapton called him the most important blues musician who ever lived. The Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Bob Dylan, countless rock and roll legends found inspiration in his work, covering his songs and adopting his techniques. Robert Johnson's influence is immeasurable. From a handful of recordings, he shaped the sound of the 20th century. He is the ghost in the machine of modern music. And nearly a century later, as we listen to the scratchy recordings of his incredible talent, people still ask the same question. Did Robert Johnson really sell his soul at the crossroads? Or was he simply a genius, a man so dedicated to his craft that he achieved the impossible? The mystery remains, forever woven into the fabric of his timeless music. Thanks for watching.